Let's get this on. Come on, put the brand on. Okay, welcome to the Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer show for Saturday, June 27th. We're going to be going over today's news headlines. At this hour, we'll do local. So we're going to show you what we're going to do today. So let me put that up on the screen. Everything local and national sports headlines that will begin in just a few seconds. So once again, thanks for joining us. If you're in here, let me go ahead and set up the video chat link for StreamYard and set that up. Sorry about that. Let's see. We got that in. Okay, everything's in. The Sportscaster, Twitter, and YouTube areas. So let's begin with our sports headlines here. Get this screen thing up, and we will begin with on NOLA.com. We're going to go over to NOLA.com. Okay, there we go. NOLA.com is a website we always use for local sports here in the New Orleans region. So if I can see if I can hear me, see if I can hear myself. So anybody can hear me, let me know in the chat area. There it is. Okay, we're on. So I heard myself. So let's begin with Zion Williamson. Pelicans get first game a restart. That will be on Thursday, July 30th. That'll begin the first Pelicans stint of the 8 games that'll be left on the schedule. Playoff consideration. I'm pretty sure most likely if they can win those last 8 games, I'm pretty sure they'll most likely will be in that playoffs come playoff time. So that most likely will commence. So let's begin looking at it. July 30th, that'll be a 5:30 game. So we will be on the air for that game. That will be at 5:30. The next game we will take on the Los Angeles Clippers. That will be a 5 p.m. game. We'll also be on air for that. Also, we will be on air on August the 3rd. That will be a 5:30 game. August 6th will be 12:30 game. We'll probably recap that game. So I'm probably going to recap that game. Also, August 7th, that will be a 7 p.m. game. I will be on for that game against the Washington Wizards. Also, we will be on August 9th. That'll be we'll probably recap that game that day. That'll be a 2 p.m. game. So we'll recap it here on Sportscaster. Also, let's see who's in here. We look like I hear popping. And I hear you. How you doing? See if you can hear me.
I mean, look.
Hi. What's up?
I mean, the Pelicans have an easy schedule, but once again, they're not that good of a team themselves.
Eventually, yes.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is,
if you had, and I'm sure you'll get to this. I'm a Miami Heat fan, you know.
Huh?
You know, what team do I like?
Huh?
You know what NBA team I like?
Yeah.
Which one?
Miami Heat.
Yeah, exactly. I had the showdown. So they have the toughest schedule, and the Pelicans have the easiest. But yeah, they still have the easiest schedule. But the Pelicans are not the worst, one of the worst, and that's because they're not even an 8th seed.
I could say next to the worst.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I have the Spurs. And, well, they're the second to worst in the West, but third to worst in the whole. The Wizards, actually, the Wizards in the East are worse than the Pelicans. And then in the West, the Spurs and the Phoenix Suns are worse. But here it is. The Heat already made the playoffs. They clinched. But they're just going to fight for a higher seeding. But for the Pelicans, they don't just have to focus about the seeding. They have to focus about making the playoffs. Because as of now, they're not an 8th seed. The Grizzlies are. So
No, they're 3 games behind of the 8th seed.
Exactly. There it is. The Pelicans are a good team. Zion. But here it is. Yes, they do have the easiest schedule based on their opponents. But it's not like if the Lakers were playing these easy opponents. It's you know what I'm like, these are easy opponents. But all these teams could beat the Pelicans because they're all similar. Look, the Clippers and the Jazz are better. The Magic are better than the Pelicans, but I do think the Pelicans will win that game.
Yeah.
Even on the Magic.
Absolutely.
But let's talk about, yes, these are the easiest opponents in the NBA to face.
Yeah.
But still, the Pelicans are one of the worst teams in the 22-team format.
Yeah.
So they definitely could lose. Any team could lose, but that Clippers game is just going to obviously a big loss. But look, the Pelicans are a good team. Zion is going to be good. I think they'll make the 8th seed over the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
And what's going to help them is they have the easiest schedule.
Yes.
So I'm saying the Heat had the hardest schedule, but they're a good team.
Yes.
They could end up doing better in the 8 games than the Pelicans with the harder schedule just because the Heat are a good team.
Yes, absolutely.
But, yeah, I mean, you're a Pelicans fan, so you'll be streaming what games you'll be doing?
I'll be streaming the I'm going to go over the schedule again. Let me switch my camera. I'm going to get this out of my way.
I know you have one.
Yeah, we're going to be streaming the Jazz. We'll probably stream the Clippers. We'll stream the Memphis Grizzlies. The 12:30 and the 2 o'clock games, I most likely won't be streaming those. So I'll be streaming the Washington Wizards, the Sacramento Kings, and most likely the Orlando Magic.
We'll see what time that's at.
So we're going to be streaming some of those games.
Yeah. So here's what I have to say.
Yeah.
I'll be commentating every Heat game, as you know.
Yeah.
But then I'll be commentating. So whenever the Heat are not playing, which the Heat first game is August 1st.
Yeah.
So July 29th is the first day.
Yeah. Ours is July 30th, the next night.
Your first game is July 30th, but the first opening game is
July 29th. Yeah.
Wait a second. Actually, that may be wrong. Let's just see something for 1 second.
Yeah, I'm looking at him.
I thought Oh, yeah. Okay, my bad. July 30th is the first game.
July 30th. That's a Thursday night.
Yeah. The Heat's first game is August 1st, like most teams.
Yeah.
There's only 2 games on July 30th.
Yeah.
The Pelicans and Jazz and the Clippers and Lakers. Now, that Clippers-Lakers game on July 30th, I'm going to commentate.
Yeah, I'm going to be commentating.
Here's what's going to happen. Right? I haven't been doing play in a long time because there's nothing to do. So when NBA comes back, I'm going to go crazy. So I'm going to do every Heat game. But also when the Heat have a day off, guess what I'm going to be doing?
What?
I'm going to be doing the games that are nationally televised. Like, you have the Pelicans because that's your local team. But the Pelicans do have one TNT game, which is the first game.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be commentating every Heat game. But when the Heat are not playing and it's a national televised game, that's a good matchup. Like, the Sacramento Kings are not good.
Yeah.
But if it's a good matchup like the Bucks, Clippers, Celtics, or the Lakers, I'm going to commentate that game. So basically, Kerry, are you just commentating the Pelicans, or are you going to do something like crazy?
I might try to do some national games if
absolutely. So I'm a big basketball guy, right? You know that.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Did you watch any of my broadcasts when the NBA was on and I did play-by-play?
No, I did. I was doing Pelicans games.
Yeah, I did every single Heat game.
Yeah.
But now, since this is like crucial games, I'm not just going to do the Heat. I'm going to do these national televised games. Like, I did every Heat game, right? And I didn't want to do the national televised games because they didn't matter. It was the regular season, and I was burnt out from doing every Heat game. But this is
Yeah.
only 8 regular season games. How can I be burnt out when I haven't had basketball in a few months, you know?
Yes.
So anyway, I'm sorry for getting off topic. I mean,
All right, that's fine. So let's go back. So let me get this. Okay, yeah. Pelicans will face the Jazz. They will be on
yeah.
TNT, and some of them will be on ESPN.
So that's actually the first official game of the season.
Yeah, they'll be on TNT.
Yeah. So Kerry, I said there's 2 games the first night: Jazz,
Yeah.
Pelicans, and Lakers Clippers. The Lakers Clippers is at 8:00. So the Pelicans have the first game and the Orlando.
So it's going to be 5:30 my time, 6:30 set Eastern time.
Yeah.
So
Well, no,
yeah.
isn't that Eastern time or that's your time?
No, I'm in the Central Time Zone.
Yeah.
So this is
exactly. You're one of 5 teams battling for that 8th spot.
Yeah, that's one of the 5 teams. Yes, the Grizzlies, the Trailblazers, the Kings, and the Spurs.
Oh, I forgot about the Trailblazers. Oh, yeah, no, I think the Trailblazers are going to get that 8th spot.
Yeah, most likely they will eventually. If it's
eventually, come on, they only have 8 games. But yeah, the Blazers, again, just because the Pelicans have the easiest schedule doesn't mean they're going to get that AC.
They most likely won't. But it'd be a start. But it'd be a building point for the New Orleans Pelicans because they're trying to build this team down here. They're trying to get a winner. Because they can build for the future.
Well, look, Damian Lillard is a playoff beast.
Yes, he is.
The Blazers made the playoffs last year, and remember that game against Oklahoma City Thunder?
Yeah.
He hit that shot over.
The girl, what's her name? On here on Sportscast, it does some of the Oklahoma City game. Amber.
Yeah, I haven't seen her on the Sportscast in a long time, but yeah, she's.
So Amber's doing video conferencing with other people. So once again, thanks for giving your insights on the Pelican schedule.
Yep.
So we will go over some more news headlines here. I'm gonna pull this up. Okay, no answer to fix Saints quarterback Jameis Winston's patience, but coaches says he's ready to work. So I think he most likely will be ready to work in a once the season begins for the New Orleans Saints. So I'll be honest with you, that's probably going to be the Achilles heel for Jameis Winston. So I look at it this way. So if you want to comment on this, Isaac, you can.
Yeah, I mean, here we go.
You can hear me, Isaac. You still hear me? I'm on this. I'm on a different microphone today. They had a microphone burnt out, so we just.
Oh yeah, here. Okay. What's the article, James Winston?
This is the article right here we're showing you about Jameis Winston.
He's limited.
Yeah, he's going to be limited to to those snaps. So if the preseason, I know the preseason is going to be canceled, so they most likely.
No, here it is. Yeah, it's actually hard to say. Oh no, here's what I have to say. If the NFL is going to say it's not safe to have preseason games, then why is it safe to have a regular season? Basically, in the preseason, they're going to have training camp, right? But the preseason, you actually play against other teams. But if that's not safe, how is a regular season game against other teams safe?
Yes.
So they're just going to limit.
Because Breeze, I'm going to tell you, look, if he gets hurt, they're going to have to put him in, either Taysom or Jameis.
Yeah.
So this is from NOLA.com. You go to NOLA.com. So we will go over to some more headlines here on this Saturday afternoon, Saturday morning, excuse me, into afternoon. I'm confused with my days. Okay.
I mean, hey, it is afternoon. No, I don't know what time it is. I mean, who knows?
Okay, what else we're going to talk about? Okay. LSU linebacker Marcel Brooks enters the transfer portal. What does it mean for LSU? To be honest with you, I'm going to answer this question not much because they're going to get the recruiting class solidified. So that's most likely going to happen. So
Absolutely.
that's with Marcellus Brooks. So I wish him the best of luck in his endeavors, and that's going to be that's sports reported by 24/7. LSU switched to a 4-3 scheme because Bo Pelini's back as the defensive coordinator. So I'll be honest with you, it's not going to mean much. The four returning linebackers from last year, Caleb Von Chasten, um, um, Michael Divinity, Jacob Phillips, Patrick Queen, they left. So they're going to have some um, gaps to fill before the LSU football season begins against
I mean,
UT. Huh?
we'll see. There's
Huh?
going to be no LSU football.
Yeah. Marcellus was listed at 6'3", 205. He's from Marcus High School in Flowers, Mound, Texas. I don't know where that's at. That's probably around Houston or Dallas somewhere. So he is entering the transfer portals. Brooks last season had 6.5. Chasten had 6.5 sacks and 13 for tackles for loss. So most likely going to be um, linebackers that most likely will step up with LSU football. So
Here it is.
what's what you're talking about?
This is what I just have to say. I don't think there's going to be LSU football.
Most likely not.
Hate to say it, Kerry. I'm sorry to break your heart. No Tulane either. No Tulane either.
I don't. Most likely, I hopefully they do, but I don't know. I
Well,
don't
here
know
it
what.
is. I mean, no, more likely be LSU football than Tulane because LSU's the mate. Like,
LSU's
you have college football, you have LSU
the
now.
flagship of the state of Louisiana.
Yeah.
So that's the unfortunate fact. So I understand. Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, let's go over some more news headlines here. Here on Sports Talk, we will.
I mean, look, Zion, no, I don't know. I mean, Zion is still not going to win Rookie of the Year in these 8 games, even if he.
Yeah, he's going to have a lot of room for improvement. Zion Williamson, absolutely.
Yeah, it sucks that he was injured. He would have won, but too late now.
Okay, let me go ahead and go over another news headline article.
All right.
Okay, this is LSU baseball story. Outfielder West Toops
Come on.
will
Why
transfer
would
to
he?
Nickel State.
Why would he transfer? That's a good college, a baseball special.
Yeah, he's going to
I don't know why they would transfer.
to Nickel State. So he's going to Nickel State, which is in Thibodeau. That's probably a few miles from me. That's across the bayou.
Oh, look at the camera.
I like your camera and view. Yeah, so Webster Stoops will transfer to Nickel State. That's
Go, Kerry.
all right. I'll see you later, bud.
I don't know what that sound is, so we're gonna.
All right, I'll see you later, bud.
Bye.
Okay, once again, thanks for Isaac for joining us today. We appreciate him coming in, giving us insights on sports. Okay, West Stoops will enter the transfer portal. He is going to Nickel State. Nickel State, I'll be honest with you, will most likely will put him in. Coach Thibodeau will probably use him in this offense that he has. He was hitting 222 on the season. That was 2 for 9. So he had 4 strikeouts and 3 walks as an LSU player. So that's something right there. I look at it this way. To be honest with you, I'll be honest with you. I look at it this way. Look, if these players don't want to work out or something like that, they can transfer. That's just my opinion on it. That's my humble opinion. So whatever is worth. So I'm gonna pull my camera up a little bit so you can see me. So once again, this is from NOLA.com. You go to NOLA.com. That's also with the Advocate as well, association with Advocate Sports. That's in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So we will move along and we will discuss what's going on. We are doing local sports here on Sports Talk. Let's talk about the Superdome. Okay, first sign of Superdome changes most likely will be coming down the forefront. NFL owners approved Thursday that will cover the first 8 rows close to the field, so that's going to be happening in the 2020 season. So that most likely will be what's going to happen. You see, the first 8 rows, you got the 100 section that's all the way towards the 50-yard line on down and stuff like that. So I'll be honest with you. In a nutshell, I think it's most likely safe to do that because, look, there might not have that many Saints fans coming to the Superdome. The Saints, when we have the Saints games over here, let me get this, stop this game. When we have the Saints games over here, they absolutely sell out. That's no seat that's not filled. So they're going to be covered the first 8 rows. That's one thing about it. So that's what you got to look at when we start the 2020 football season. So I'll be honest with you. Look, I know the Saints fans are not going to like it, but the truth of the matter is it's for their own safety. I know because, look, this coronavirus is absolutely getting out of control right now. With all these cases in certain states and stuff like that, look, it's very important. If we bring pro sports back, we bring back college sports back, it's something that they're going to have to do. It's just my opinion. So what's your opinion? You can put your opinions via the Sportscaster and YouTube chat rooms. We are watching you right now on YouTube for the YouTube viewers as well. So if you're in YouTube, you want to comment about this, you can post your comments. Or if you want to come on video chat with us, you can do that. Go through the StreamYard chat room, and we will allow you in. Okay, Phyllis, thanks for joining us. I appreciate you. With Isaac on, we will have him on constantly. I will set him in. So if you want to come in, Phyllis, and talk to me, you can via the StreamYard link. So we will move along, and we will discuss what's going on here on this Saturday morning with Sports Talk. We will go over to Crescent City Sports. I'm going to go over to the Crescent City Sports page now, and we will talk about local sports here in the New Orleans region of the. Okay, let's discuss this. Okay, Alario, father and son duo, named to the Northwestern State N-Club Hall of Fame. Congratulations to these athletes. That's the Alario family. Terry Alario Sr. and Terry Alario Jr. originally played with the Northwestern State Demons. They're going to be in the 2020 Demons Hall of Fame. Congratulations to those 2 individuals. Northwestern State Hall of Fame press notice the Alario pair will be part of the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Terry Sr. played with the Northwestern State Demons from 1966 to 1969. In his senior year, he was a member of the NSU 1967 Gulf South Gulf South Conference champion team. That's Division II. So they were in Division II as well before they went to the Division I level FCS side. Also, let's see. The elder Alario selected for 4 3A All-Star in both baseball and football. So that's great. Now we'll see what Alario Jr. Alario Jr. Did play at John Curtis High School. He was their all district catcher in 1990 Prep Championship team. Also, his American Legion team in the Southeastern Louisiana title winner. He lettered at Northwestern State from 1993 to 1994 when Northwestern State won the Southland Conference. That was back in 1993 and 1994. So for the Northwestern State Demons. So once again, this is from Crescent City Sports. Rick Casilli, if I'm saying this name right, is CUICCHI. Follow him at Crescent City Sports. Okay, let's go over to high school football. Up to 63 coaching changes in the off season. So this is from Eric Hyde. You can follow him at Crescent City Sports. That's Crescent City Sports. He's always putting up some good. They always put up some great content about local sports here. So the LHSAA had mandated the rules, but now they have 63 coaches coming in. That's a total. Nice. Speaking of coaches, at least 63 grid bosses starking the sidelines for the 2020 season. 54 was in place at another 8 schools. So I think this is a good thing for Louisiana high school football. So to be honest with you, that's absolutely good in what's going on here in the state of Louisiana. So I'm not going to worry about that. So once again, this is from Crescent City Sports. Go to crescentcitysports.com. Okay, we're going to play the interview of Roman Harper. I'm going to go ahead and do that in a second. We're going to play Roman Harper's interview with Ken Trahan from Crescent City Sports. So that will be in a second. So once again, we'll see who's in here. 13 viewers. I like what I'm seeing. We had 17. We're down to 13. Not too bad. So let's go ahead and play the interview from Crescent City Sports. I'm going to go ahead and set that up for you. We'll share the audio screen. I'm going to go ahead and share that audio. Give me 1 second to put it in. Okay, I'm going to share the audio so you'll be able to hear it from StreamYard and YouTube and every outlet.
Of course, the 2 inductees, well, they're only appropriate because they both
I
came
don't know
in
if
the
I can
same
hear
time
it.
in 2006, a magical year, as part of that fantastic draft, which will now have 4 players from the
Not a bad class.
I'm going to have to turn up the Dolbys. I apologize. We're having a low. They're low. Things sounding low crappy. Let me switch this to Dolbys. Apologize for that. We'll switch. We'll have it on in a second.
Yeah, he's just a television personality. It's all good. Pleasure to welcome 41 Roman Harper to the show. Roman, great to have you with us. And hey, once again, congratulations. You here?
Oh man, thank you guys, man. Wonderful
introduction
right there. I appreciate it, and I'm just happy, man. Very, very honored to go. I figured I'd get the call at some point to go in the St. Hall of Fame, but I think the best part is to be able to go in with Jari Evans, one of my best friends. We got drafted together, and not only that, but he's probably our best player in our draft class, and hopefully he will get the real thing of really getting that call to Canton one day, and hopefully I'll be, Lord willing, I'll be there to see that too.
I talked to him. We had him on the show last night, and I told him the same thing. Jari Evans, I think, is legitimate pro football.
Let's switch this.
Not only candidate, but inductee.
Can't get this off the screen. I don't know why we can't get this crap off the screen.
Technician, a terrific guy. I couldn't agree with
They're
you.
not
He said
letting
the
you.
same thing about you, by the way, about having the opportunity to
Sports
go
runs
through
out a
with
lot.
you. And it's a great process cheering the
Not getting rid of
committee
half of
and
that
listening
shit.
and watching. It was really a pleasure to see that unfold again this year, as I've done for so many years. And listen, extremely well deserved. But that's not the most important thing in your life right now.
Why
You've
it's not
got like a
coming
new
off.
addition in your life, don't you, Roman?
He's not sleeping. I do. And my son, my newest, my baby boy, man. So now we got 4. Crazy. But yeah, my wife, we just had she just birthed our son Soul on Monday morning. So yeah, he's a couple of days old. He's sleeping right now in the living room with everybody. And hopefully we can get through tonight. It's really just all about going back to that mentality of team no sleep. You know, we're just grinding through the late hours. They sleep during the day. He's nursing, doing what he's going to do. And then those hours from like 12 to about 5:30 a.m. We're like, man, it's just, you're just trying to get through it. And my only mindset is, hey, I just got to get to 6 months, right? Like once I get to 6 months, things start to relax a little bit. Then once you get to 12 months, then some other things start to relax. So this part of it, we've been through this journey before. We'll continue to do it. And I wouldn't want to do it with anybody else than my wife and my family who I have with me.
Michael?
That's great, man. What a great story, and we've all been locked up with each other, so we're all together. I got to tell you something, man. We were familiar with you, watching you with Alabama, with the SEC wars that go on, and when you came, it was like, hey, man, this guy came in like a veteran, and that class was a storied class.
Like to reset that.
We'll talk about in a minute. But at what point was it with you coming in? I mean, you were they call them character guys, and you were one of those. I mean, out of the box, here you are, a rookie, but you were beyond your years in leadership. When did it dawn on you guys? Of course, the emotion of the dome and the comeback and all those things. When did it dawn on you guys that you guys were the adults and you guys were pulling this thing off, and something very special was in the making?
Well, I think we were all so young and just wet behind the ears. I don't even think we had time to think about that. We were just really just trying to adjust. You know, we get to a place in New Orleans that was devastated by Hurricane Katrina, so we're not there.
Right.
We're all in Millsaps during this training camp, which was absolutely awful. It was melting our cleats. It was hot. We were losing weight. You know, we're just trying to hold on. And, you know, lo and behold, Jari Evans was the first rookie to be started. And we're on our own little, you know, as the rookies, we had our own little locker room. It was beat down. It was just like some trailers that they had put up. And it was just funny because everything that was going on that whole training camp was awful. Like the showers in the veteran locker room, they had all messed up. So now they're coming in our showers, like taking over. So we just got to wait and just be funky for like 30, 40 minutes till the vets get out. It was like anything you name, it happened. And so I don't think we actually understood how good we could be, or, you know, everybody knew Reggie was a baller, but I played from Alabama, big school, pride, all that other things, but Alabama was nowhere near what they are now. We had Jari Evans in the 4th round who looked like this chubby kid. He had these huge bifocals from like the smallest school I'd never heard of. And I'm just like, who is this guy? And he's the first one starting out of all of us. My boy Nico in the 5th round. We had some other guys, Josh Slay, Mike Haas, who everybody was really, really high on, the wide receiver out of Oregon State, who didn't make it at all. You had, lo and behold, Marcus Colston and Zach Street, our 2 7th-round picks, who stuck on and played 10, 11 years. So Street played longer than anybody. So it's just crazy how life works, this whole journey of football. But at the time, nobody had the idea that we'd all play as long as we did, or that we all would have the success that we did. I was just out there just trying to keep up. I had some really great veteran guys in the room with me that really helped me early. And Jay Bellamy, safety, Omar Steinmeier, another safety, Jason Kraft, Fred Thomas, Mike McKenzie. I mean, Mike McKenzie, he was the perfect example of the fact of, like, I had never seen anything like this. I mean, he was on a bike because he was not working out or training that day during training camp. And he had shades on under his helmet. Now, that was my first, like, this is the NFL moment. Like, wow, like, this guy is so cool. He's making so much money. He has shades on underneath his helmet while he's riding a bike because he's not practicing. Like, who can do that? Like, you can never pull that out from college. So, for me, those are the things that I take with me and cherish with me that I'll never forget.
Visiting with Roman Harper, who will be inducted into the Saints Hall of Fame later this year. 2006, listen, I mean, we all know what happened in 2005. We live here, and we went through this terrible ordeal with Hurricane Katrina, and the franchise was relocated to 2 cities. They went 3-13. The city was in disarray. You get drafted here. You come in here, and you had to at least be aware of what had happened. And did that give you any cause for pause about coming here initially?
I was just excited to get my name called. I had no idea when I was actually going to get my name called. I was just excited. I was happy that it was actually in the South. My brother lived in Mobile, so he had a good feeling for New Orleans, but I had never really been there. My college roommate called me and laughed at me because how bad their Saints were. I was like, dude, you guys know what's up. You guys would never make the playoffs, but congrats on getting drafted. And I was like, yeah, whatever. Like, hopefully you get your name called, which you did later on, but still. I was just happy to get there. I really haven't thought about it. I saw all the pictures and every introduction.
Oh, shit.
Guys
I'm going to say something about Roman Harper. Look, Roman Harper, look, this guy was an absolute beast for the Saints defense. He was like the father figure for those young guys that came in, and he molded those young men to play cornerback because he was the best cornerback on the Saints team. So, bar none. Sure, he was the elder and stuff like that, but the truth of the matter is, look, he can make some plays in a nutshell. So, once again, this is from Crescent City Sports. This was from the Life Bottom Resources show that was on Thursday night. So that is one of the interviews with Roman Harper. So once again, thanks for joining us here on Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer Show. We are live today, so we will we will record the Sunbelt Conference. We will not go live tonight. We will be recording the Sunbelt Conference preview. We couldn't do it last night. We didn't have a microphone, so we will record the preview tonight, and I will be posting it to the YouTube channel, so you can follow me. If you want to watch that in progress, you can watch that on YouTube. That's the address. You can go there and you can follow my YouTube channel, and I'll have it up later on this evening. So let's get back to what Roman Harper was saying with Ken Trahan.
On the left, yeah, I saw that too. They were all looked messed up. It was
right.
You,
hey,
for
let me
somebody
ask you
that
a
had
question.
no idea what New Orleans looked like before, that was my first time putting eyes on the place. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, no, the TV didn't do it justice. And I think you going through it, and I think I've heard Sean talk about it too. There's talk about the responsibility of a ball player, because in some ways you guys really help the psyche of a city. But I think out of the box, even as young guys, you guys grabbed the importance of what you guys could bring to the psyche of a city. I think Sean sold that to you guys out of the box.
Yeah, and you know what? Another great thing that really helped. So Reggie donated a whole bunch of money early. I didn't have the money that Reggie had, so I couldn't do that.
He had it though.
One thing that really pulled at my heart was we had an undrafted quarterback from Tuskegee that was from New Orleans. Like, he was from like the Ninth Ward somewhere. Eugene was his last name. I can't remember his first name. It's really slipped my mind. But we had an off day, and like getting to ride around with him and actually seeing the city. Because he wants to like show us like what it really looked like. I know you can see some of the interstate, but like you actually go into it and like get off and like seeing stuff, it was mind blowing to see the damage and how much destruction had gone on. And I'm like, it still hasn't changed. It looked so bad, and it was like 8 months later, almost getting closer to a year, and nothing had really changed. It was like, I think that right there really pulled at our hearts. It was just like, I think, and as we got closer to the season, you really understood that every game was so important to that city because it just gave them relief. All the FEMA trailers, like you don't like forget those things. Like all the FEMA trailers, all the other things. Like you had people that had, one of my teammates, Josh Bullock, over in New Orleans East off of Bullard Road.
Oh yeah.
He got like 14 feet of water in his house, all the way up to the second floor. So like you don't forget those things. It's really hard to ever look past it, and it was sad because it seemed like people had kind of cut the TV off. Next, New Orleans was, out of sight, out of mind. And when you get there, you're like, whoa, like I was in Alabama. I had no idea it was that bad.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Right. Visiting with Roman Harper, and of course, you're talking about Bruce Eugene. Bruce went to Cohen High School and born and raised in New Orleans, and played at Grambling as well. And remember Bruce very well. In fact, on the high school
Grambling,
level,
I said Tuskegee. I apologize.
Yeah, Yeah, he went to Grambling, and he kind of earned the nickname Round Mound of Touchdown in high school. He was a big guy, didn't look like a quarterback, but he was a good player. So memories, to say the least. So you guys
Roman,
get here in 2000. You guys get here in 2006, and you must have thought it was going to be easy. In your first year, you're in the NFC Championship game. Amazing contribution, amazing accomplishment to happen that fast, Roman.
Yeah, and the crazy thing was I tore my ACL in the fifth game. We were doing really well. I thought we'd just keep it rolling. First of all, nobody thought we'd make it as far as we did or even have a good team that year. We, lo and behold, and somehow or another, we ended up with like the second or third, like the second seed, and had a bye and everything with like 10 or 11 wins. It wasn't like a crazy amount of wins that we had. It just kind of worked out the way it did. And that team was so special because we were so gritty. We really trusted each other. We were not the best team talent-wise, but we played really tough. We were explosive offensively. Defensively, we were savvy enough to make some plays here and there. Very fun team to watch. We had Deuce, we had Reggie, we had Colson coming out of nowhere. Drew was young. We had some long hair at the time. It was cool. And we really went on a run. It was just amazing to actually see that team like actually win the Saints' first playoff game. Like that was amazing to me. Like, man, this team's been around this long, and this is the first time they've ever won a playoff game. It was great to be around it, the atmosphere, everything that went into it. And I just thought we just keep it rolling. Next year, you just kind of bring everybody back. You're used to college mentality. You look up next year, we're 7-9, 8-8. Next year, 8-8, 7-9. The next boom, Super Bowl year. So it just kind of really resets your mind because just because you're good one year doesn't mean that equates to anything the following year. Every year you start over from ground zero, and you got to earn every single bit of it.
We see that in the NFL every year, and of course, I still say, and I told Jari the same thing. I still believe the 2011 team was the best team. I thought that was the most talented
Everybody says
team.
that. Everybody knows that. That's the truth. That is a true statement. That is a true statement.
It's such a difficult year. People, just to recollect, you just mentioned 2006, you win 10 games and you're the second seed. 2011, you win 13 games and you can't get home field. And have to go out to Candlestick and overcame the deficit, overcame the interceptions in the first half. Breeze has a big second half. Graham has a huge second half. Pierre got knocked out in the first quarter, overcame the deficit twice in the fourth quarter. We all know what happened at the end. And it was so difficult because there was no doubt in my mind you were the best team, and no doubt you would have whipped the Giants, whom you destroyed earlier in the season, right?
Yeah, and they would have had to come to the Superdome, which Elon did not want to see that. I promise you that. It's weird how things work out, and, it was such a disappointing day. I played that game injured. I feel like I played well, had some ups and downs, but nothing's ever perfect. We battled our butts off. We had 5 turnovers, 6 turnovers. We played awful. And we still had a chance because we were that good. That team was way good. And we played lights out. We had won 8-9 straight games at one point in time. And everybody that played for all those teams, we all say that 2011 team was our best team. Because talent-wise, we were lights out. We were explosive. We forced turnovers defensively. We were very salty defensively. We were better statistically in 2011, offensively and defensively. The biggest difference in 2009, we created more turnovers. And lo and behold, that's what won us the game in the Super Bowl, too, against Tracy Porter and interception. So our DNA of who we were never really changed. It was amazing to see it. It's just unfortunate we didn't win that game. But, yeah, it was like a heartbreak to, I get to the locker room. My oldest daughter was born in the second quarter of that game. So actually getting back home and getting to see her, it was a blessing. It's like a blessing and a curse. So I went from, down and out to, man, I have a daughter. And my wife and everything she was my girlfriend at the time. And getting back to her and going to check on her. And it was just full of emotions that day. I remember I got back home. I went to IHOP and walked in Metairie just to get my mind about me because I didn't want to go there feeling all emotional. I just really needed to calm down, and no reason to rush over there at 3 or 4 in the morning, getting back from San Francisco.
What a great story. Hey, let me ask you, what's it feel like? You know what the Super Bowl feels like, and we can get a grip of that. But what does it feel like that Vikings game, that championship game, and you just wait for that time to run out, and you got Favre over there, and you know what he's done in the past. What's going through your mind and what's your stomach doing on a championship game like that? That means you are going to the big game.
I don't even – when you're playing the game, I've noticed this since I retired. When you're a fan and you're watching, the game is way more crazy and sporadic and messes with your emotions and your heart. When you're playing the game, you don't have time. I'm still locked in. I'm so focused on my job. I'm just I'm like in the middle of war. You don't have time to relax. You don't have time to think about anything else. I'm not focused on what our offense is doing because I'm trying to prepare for the next series defensively. I'm just locked in. And then all of a sudden you get out of it and you're like, man, like I didn't even realize that like they were in field goal position, that they probably could have made the kick if they don't get that 12 guys in the huddle penalty. And then, then next you know, now they instead of running the ball, they just throw it. And Brett Favre throws the interception. It was just like I didn't realize that at the time, like how crucial all those little nuances are that go into getting a win. But man, look, I've been to 2 Super Bowls. I've been to a lot of playoff games.
Y'all gonna have to wait after the show's over with.
And to win it all,
phones right now.
Once in my life, to win it all, you got to be lucky. You got to be healthy. The ball has to bounce your way. You got to be able to win games that you had no reason to win. Like everything has to go your way. And then
Robert Meacham has to steal a ball.
Yeah, and you still got to be able to win the big game, right? So you still got to be able to do the right thing to win it all. So it's just so tough to do it, man. You know, I won the game against the Colts. I was on the team that won it, and we were the underdog by like a touchdown or so. And then when I went to Super Bowl 50 with the Panthers, we lost to the Broncos, who I think we played them 10 times and beat them 8 or 9 times. Like there's no way I thought we were going to lose that game. And lo and behold, we lose the game. We played our worst game all year in the biggest game and on the biggest stage. And that's what football is. So you never know, because any given Sunday, anything could happen.
All is forgiven now, but how the Saints fan treat you when you came back with the Panthers?
You know what, man? It was good. First of all, a lot of the Saints fans were happy I was gone because they thought they had my replacement and it was time for this, this, and this. So when I left New Orleans, it was not on good terms. And I had a lot to prove. I came to Carolina, was in the division, so I felt very comfortable about that. And immediately we had to, I had success. The team we struggled with early in 2014, but we got hot late. We made some changes defensively. We, and I still tell Sean this all the time because his worst defeat in the Superdome as a Saints coach was from my team with the Carolina Panthers when we hung up 41 on them. My number, 41-10, we beat them. It was beautiful. It was amazing. And then we go on to clinch the NFC South Division the very next week, and we go into the playoffs at 7-8-1. We win a playoff game. It was crazy. And then the following year, we start off 14-0, and I never thought that ever happened because, as the season goes on, everybody's like, man, has anybody ever been 6 or 7-0? And nobody ever been more than 7-0. I think Peanut Tillman did that with Chicago Bears, or 8-0. And I was like raising my hand like, dude, I was 13-0 with New Orleans. Like, I don't know if everybody's ever been able to do that. And we go on to be 14-0 before we finally lose a game, which, I think has only been like 9 teams in the NFL that's been 13-0 or more. And I've been on 2 of them. So it's crazy that I've been a part of so many winning teams and winning legacies and things like that. But you still got to win the whole game. You got to win it all or it's nothing special. And if I win the Super Bowl 50, I'd probably retire and just walk away and don't have that chance to actually come back and really humble myself, have Sean and Mickey humble themselves and accept me back openly and really just kind of rehash everything. And now I can walk away from this game correctly as a New Orleans Saint.
Just a minute or two left with Roman Harper. This is a sports and faith show, Roman. In 2012, you had to have a lot of faith to be able to go from the highest of the high to the lowest of the lows. That had to be something that tested everyone's faith and the difficulty of what the Saints franchise endured. And it was so disappointing because this was a team that was in its prime. As I mentioned, the 2011 team was, I thought, the most talented ever. And had the band stayed together and there wasn't all of these distractions and suspensions, I think that could have continued. That had to be tough, and it had to test your faith.
It was extremely tough. Not only that, but, I mean, the Super Bowl was in New Orleans. We were ready to go. And then all the changes happened, all the bounty stuff happened, and it comes out like it's a whole bunch of fluff, It sucks. We had coaches telling on each other. We had all kinds of other things, and you just control what you try and control. And all you want to do as a player is just go out there and perform at the highest level. You want to be coached hard. You want to play hard and do what you do. And but it's one of those things. You take it as a life lesson, learn from it. It continues to help mold you, build you to build your character and you just get slapped around a little bit. Nothing's ever going to be pretty. It's always be perfect. So it's just part of the journey, man. It's part of a chapter in my life I can write about, but it's just part of it. And you move on from it. And, 2013 was a lot better. It happened to be my last year in New Orleans, but it is what it is. And, I'm better for it. Carolina was one of the best things that ever happened to me, because when I left in 2013, I was a man in age, but I was not a man as maturity when it came to being a husband, a father, all the other things that are way more important than the game of football. And I think I got that. And I got a lot of growing up to, that happened for me internally when I got to Carolina.
Special final thought as we let you get away. Now you're a commentator. You're moving up in the world from television, from local at DSU here to being seen on SEC television and more. Talk about your TV career as we let you get away.
Oh, man, it's exciting. So first of all, I would either confirm nor deny any of the rumors going on until ESPN releases their own official statement. I will put that out there first. But if I do have that opportunity to call games, and not really call games, but talk about that, man, and the SEC, where a conference that I love. I'm come from the Alabama, and being able to be around these places, I'd be so excited. And the best thing to me is that I actually get to go and visit these places. Like, I played a lot of these stadiums and places, but I just go there, be in a hotel for a couple hours, and play a game, and I go home. So I don't know what any of this campus life is like. I don't know what the college atmosphere is like at some of these other big campuses. I know what the SEC brings, but you got to understand the camaraderie and all the college stuff that they have. Most professional teams wish they had it. All right, New Orleans Saints is a special place because they have a lot of that same type of feel because of the city of New Orleans and their love for that team. But most people do not have that. And for me to be able to see it week in and week out, it's going to be an amazing opportunity. The team that I might be able to have the opportunity to work with is awesome. And I'm just really looking forward to it. It's going to be, blessings on top of blessings for Roman Harper. And I cannot thank God enough for everything that he's done for me.
Well, the Lord is good. God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. And God's been good to Roman Harper, but he's been good to football and good to New Orleans. And we're so happy about your pending induction into the Saints Hall of Fame. Richly.
Yeah, like I said, Roman Harper, I'm going to be honest with you. Look, like I said, he's going to do good at the SEC Network. He's going to give his analysis on every SEC football game that's going to be going on in the fall. So he had a career at WDSU. WDSU, he was an analyst along with Jim Mora. So they were pretty good in giving their take on the New Orleans Saints after every game when they play on WDSU. So look, I wish Roman Harper the best of luck in his endeavors. I'm glad he's in the Saints Hall of Fame. One day he will most likely get into Canton to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So once again, this is an interview from Crescent City Sports. This was from the Life Bottom Resources Hour. That's a faith and sports show that's hosted by Ken Trahan every single Thursday night. Follow them at Nash 106.1 here in New Orleans. That's an absolute good show. Also, he does All Access Monday through Wednesdays. Monday, Wednesday, and I think Friday. And also, he does the Three Tailgater show that's on the weekend. So let's move along with what we're discussing here on. Get the share audio in. I'm going to put that in. So once again, this is from Crescent City Sports. Go to crescentcitysports.com. We will see what else is on the docket today. Looks like not much here on Crescent City Sports. We will move along to Fox 8 Sports. Let me get my camera moved over a little bit so I can go into Fox 8 Sports. We'll go to Fox 8 Sports here in the local area. I'm going to pull this up. Fox 8 Sports. I'm going to have the videos running. Okay, we're gonna play a video. Let's go over this first. Ranking the Saints. David Amaga. That's number 16. So that's one of them. One of the rankings. I'll be honest with you. I think I rank him in the maybe in the top. I say top 10 or something like that. To be honest with you, David Amaga was a raw draft product out of Canada, so he's a light ride for the New Orleans Saints defense. Absolutely, I would like to see him in the top. He played all 16 games. He had 3 sacks. He also had 32 tackles. He also can rush the passer as well. So that might be our push right there on the Saints defense. So once again, Sean Vazan put this out. He is also, he's a sportscaster on WDSU Fox 8 Sports. That's here in New Orleans. So they put out some good stuff. Once again, that is from WDSU, WVUE Fox 8, excuse me. I'm getting my stuff mixed up. I apologize. Once again, we got 10 people in. Okay, we're going to go over to Marcus Williams. Let's rank Marcus Williams. I'm going to go ahead and rank Marcus Williams, number 17. So that's one of the players right there. I'm going to say he's most likely going to be one of the players that we're going to be relying on this year. So that's something that's going to hopefully the Saints defense doesn't lose a step or anything. He's an absolute ball hawk, to be honest with you. He's an absolute ball hawk, trying to get the football and stuff like that. I think it could be another Roman Harper for this Saints football team. So once again, this is from Sean Vazan at Fox 8 here in New Orleans. He's a good sports guy. Follow him on Twitter, Sean Vazan. Okay, let's move along. Okay, we will go over this. Let's go over this. Okay, PFF ranks Saints roster at number 2 in the upcoming season. I'm pretty sure. I think it's going to be a respectable grade to give the Saints. To be honest with you, their roster is going to be stacked and loaded this year. So I'll be honest with you. That's one of the grades I'd say that most likely will grade the Saints roster. I think it's an absolute great roster this year for the New Orleans Saints. So once again, we'll show you those reports. I'm going to show you the reports they give you. Let's see if I can get the email report. I think it's in my email. I don't know if I have that, so sorry about that. Our other grade systems on offense, the Saints had a higher grade with Brian Renshak at 90.9. Also at linebacker, Demario Davis with 90.4. Breakdown shows the strength of the for the Saints, Drew Brees to Michael Thomas connection. The big weakness is Austin Peay. That's going to have to be rectified right there. And also, their determining X factor most likely will be Emmanuel Sanders. That most likely will be the case this year for the New Orleans Saints. So once again, this is from Craig Loper. You can follow him at Fox 8. That's he's with WAFB. So that's WAFB in Baton Rouge, and they're both local stations here in the Louisiana area. Craig Loper is with WAFB. So this is a contribute report to Fox 8 here in New Orleans. So follow him at WAFB in Baton Rouge. Okay, we're going to play Garland Gillen's video about
John Day Wooten enters his senior season.
So we're going to play John Day Wooten. This is talking about Holy Cross football. Holy Cross football. It's a Catholic school. So we'll go ahead and play that for you. Garland Gillen has this report. Garland Gillen is the, I think he's the sports director at Fox 8 News here in New Orleans. So we'll play that for you. 1 second.
Cross, a 2-year starter. He possesses the experience to succeed in his last run as QB1. Now Wooten is just ready to take his leadership to the field.
Can't really put it into words. Last year, trying to make the most out of it, have as much fun as I can, and do the best I can for the team. It's getting to learn a new offense because they're doing a new different since Coach LeComp left, doing some new stuff, but it's kind of more of a college offense, more run under center, which I've never been under center before, so I'm excited for that.
New offensive system, no problem for Wooten. Those around him know he can adjust to a new wrinkle.
He can do everything. People sleep on him thinking he can't run, but he got wheels. He could throw the ball better than anybody I've ever seen. He's pinpoint accuracy.
The thing I like about him is he is not afraid to make the hard throw. And he has tremendous deep ball accuracy. I think that is the most difficult task to teach a quarterback, to have great deep ball accuracy, and he has it. And the thing I like about him, too, is he competes. He's going to go out there. He doesn't ask for a quarter. He's going to give you everything he has. And I do, to use Jaden's line, I think people are sleeping on him.
I love throwing the ball. I'll throw it anywhere you want. Don't matter if you want to depend on my arm, if you want to depend on the run game. It doesn't bother me at all. I like making all the big throws.
Wooten and the Holy Cross Tigers will be tested early in the 2020 season. They hit the road to face Division II state champion St. Thomas More in Week 1. In Gentilly, Garland Gillen, Fox 8, Local First.
I'm going to be honest with you. This young man, John Day Wooten, this guy is going to be he's going to be a college prospect. He's absolutely going to be because we're going to see him. I think we're going to see him. I think it's going to be Week 2 when Chalmette takes on Holy Cross, and we're going to see that. We're going to see that guy. They're going to take on St. Thomas More in Week 1. That's a Division II powerhouse right there in the state. But I think Holy Cross most likely going to have a pretty good season. Coach Nick Solcham Maggio, he was the former coach here at Chalmette. He used to coach at Hanville High School. So I'll be honest with you, that's going to be the rivalry we're going to see in week. I think it's going to be Week 3. So Week 3, I'm trying to remember when it's going to begin. So once again, this is from Fox 8 News. You can follow them at fox8.com. That's fox8.com. Okay, let's switch this back out. We'll switch it back out to sports area. Okay, see what else we'll discuss here. Once again, I'll play Garland Gillen's video. Ja Eugene.
Ja Eugene Sr. was known to bring the wood on defense, but his son Ja Eugene Jr. is excelling on the other side of the ball at quarterback. Dad has no problems with son blazing his own path.
Not to just follow his footsteps, just to be good at what I want to be good at and continue to strive for greatness, like he says. He prepared me a lot for defense also. I just feel like quarterback is more comfortable for me, and that's what I love doing.
Eugene also loves working out with his fellow Wildcats. Destrehan is back running routes, and the quarterback couldn't be happier.
Very excited. Just preparing and becoming a better me and a better teammate.
Eugene delivers on the field with his arm and feet and also shines in the classroom.
Well, the first thing that jumps out about him is his intelligence. Honor roll student, and whenever you have a quarterback that's an honor roll student, that's always a plus. Just watching him on film, he's athletic, and he also can make all the throws. So he's a dual threat guy, and he can create big plays with his arm and with his legs as well.
Eugene and the Wildcats open the regular season against Bonneville. From Destrehan, Garland Gillen, Fox 8, Local First.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Ja Eugene Jr. is going to most likely be that quarterback for Destrehan, because Destrehan they're looking to get back into the playoffs. So to be honest with you, so Once again, this is from Fox 8 News. Fox 8 News has a lot of sports content. We will show you every time here on Sports Talk. So let's move along. See what else we'll discuss. We'll move my cameras up a little bit, adjust my camera. Okay. Let's pull this up. This will be Bon Tote. Let's go ahead and talk about him.
Two years under his belt as a starter for Mandeville, quarterback Devin Tom has made quite the impression on teammates and his head coach.
He's grown not just physically, but just as a kid, and as a leader. We've asked him to do things that I haven't really asked any other quarterback ever to do. And fortunately for me, I've had a successful track record with quarterbacks. He's the best one I've ever had.
Colleges are on notice. Tot possesses the potential to break out at the next level.
Well, they see a good frame, a 6'3", broad shoulders. He's not slight. He's thin, so he has the ability to get bigger. Huge arm. There's not a throw on the field that he can't make. He's become very cerebral. He's become a coach on the field. He sees it really well. We allow him to check. He's a guy who, when you see Peyton Manning out there gesturing and making those calls at the line of scrimmage, that's the kind of quarterback he is. We give him an option a lot of times, and he can make the right decision. He puts us in the right play. So his ability to think on the field and be a coach on the field is important, especially since we don't huddle, and most colleges don't anymore either.
Tot missed valuable recruiting time during the pandemic, so he made a combine tape for potential suitors.
Still going good. I just been working out. I actually shot a video to send out to scouts yesterday.
Expectations will be sky high for Tot and the Skippers in 2020. They returned 18 senior starters, and last year's team made the state quarterfinals. In Mandeville, Garland Gillen, Fox 8, Local First.
So this young man, Devin Tom, I'm gonna tell you, this young man, this is an absolute steal for D1 coaches involved. So I hope this young man will get a D1 scholarship to one of those schools, either the Big Ten or SEC or whatever. So, like I said, this is all the local talent we have here in the state of Louisiana with high school football involved. So once again, this is from Fox 8. Garland Gillen always putting out some good contests. Let's go ahead and talk about this. Okay, fantasy sports betting closer to reality in Louisiana. The Louisiana legislature agreed to tax rates for fantasy sports betting in 47 parishes. So yesterday we talked about that on the show yesterday with statement games. They wanted to get it in 64 parishes, but 47 parishes, I'm pretty sure they're most likely will accept fantasy sports betting. So I'll be honest with you, it's going to be coming soon. Sports gaming, I don't know. I don't think they're going to accept sports gaming here in the state of Louisiana because, look, I think it would help the state's budget and stuff like that because, look, that would put them in the green instead of the black and the red. So once again, this is from Fox 8 News. You can follow them at Fox 8 News. So we will move along to what's going on. We're going to go to, let's see, we'll go to WWL Sports. I'm going to see what else they'll have on here, and we'll what we can discuss here on this show. So it looks like we are going to be finished. Let me switch over to DSU. No, we don't have nothing. So we're going to go over some Twitter headlines. Let's go ahead and go over a couple of Twitter headlines, and we'll wrap this up today. We'll wrap this up for Saturday. Okay, we're going to wrap this up. Okay, this is from Sports Overtime. Is back July 9th, so great. Hopefully, we will be able to see our local talent here. Loudstream NOLA will be hosting that, and also BSPN New Orleans will have that. So that will be July 9th, so that we will have that. We'll also see if we can get some clips from those guys. Talk. Okay, Isaac Elliman put out something just about an hour ago. Follow him at Elliman Isaac. That's you can follow him there. He's talking about the cases in Florida. They're talking about he has 9,585 cases. So here in Louisiana, it's kind of on the uptick right now with the coronavirus here in Louisiana. So also Gary Van Dyke talking about something going on. That's Gary Van Dyke. Follow him at ID Tipster. Also, this is what we're showing you right here. This is what we're going to show you on the screen. I'm going to switch it over. Okay, the Italian Series A continues today. This is the outline picks right here for the soccer matches that's going to be going on today. That's Saturday, June 27th. So that's your picks right there. They will have the at 12:45. That's going to be just about in close to 15 minutes. It's going to be Lazo versus Fres. I'm trying to pronounce these names. It's a 3.5. So this is the card right here we're showing you from Westgate Sportsbook. Follow them at Westgate Sportsbook. I also follow them at Gambling, Sports Gambling Daily. Also, Jack Morgan. This is getting ridiculous. Can't stop laughing. This is follow Jack Morgan at Jack Morgan 0107. Also, Guy Boston Sports puts out Jason Tatum's new hairstyle. Looks pretty cool. I like that for Jason Tatum. Ken Trahan put out the two guys, the Ilario sons and father duel. Will be entering the Sports Hall of Fame. That's going to be that's for the NSU Demons. Also, this is from Chris. You can follow him at Elite Juju. Talking about Duck Hodges is a top quarterback. That's what they're talking about. Okay, Delgado Athletics. 30 years ago this weekend, local baseball legend Rag Sherman was inducted into the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame during his retirement from 42 years of coaching. Touched his son Joe Sherman, who coaches the Delgado baseball team. So once again, follow them at Delgado Dolphins. That's Delgado Dolphins. Also, Isaac Elliman put out Miami Heat schedule for the Heat. So he will be doing Miami Heat games and also national games as well. Follow him at Isaac Elliman. Okay. What do LSU Derek Stingley and Jacoby Stevenson and Jamar Chase rank in the SEC? We'll break that down for you. Let me go get this up on my screen so we'll share it with y'all. So I'm going to stop this screen. I'm going to share screen with this. So we'll be able to show you what we're talking about. Okay, this is from Glenn West. Follow him at LSU Country. That's LSU Country. They're talking about what do Derek Stingley, Jacoby Stevenson, and Jamar Chase rank in the SEC in the for the 2020 season. So we'll go ahead and go through that breakdown, and I'm going to give you the significant breakdowns here. Let's see. Okay, Jacoby Stevenson came in at 15th at cornerback. Stingley number 2. Jamar Chase number 1 ranking at wide receivers. So that's how they ranked their top 30. That's from College Football News. So I'll be honest with you, Jacoby Stevenson and Derek Stingley and Jamar Chase, I think they're going to be those viable players for the LSU football team this year, bar none. So if you got a question or comment about that, you can post your comments via YouTube and also the Sportscaster chat areas. We're looking at you live. We have 7 on the YouTube. So if you want to also on the Sportscaster, excuse me. YouTube audience, if you want to comment, you can comment as well. We will look at your comments in the screen, so we will know what's going on. So I'm looking at it right now. We don't have anybody on that YouTube side, so that's all right. We understand. Once again, this is from LSU SEC LSU Country. Follow them at LSU Country. Glenn West is the writer for that this article. Great article by Glenn West. So once again, okay, they talking about Vince Carter. This is from Sports Grid, a little Sports Grid. We'll go ahead and listen to this. These two. This is from Joe Pisa. It's PSIAAPIA, and also Craig Mish. That's MISH. You can follow those two from Sports Grid. Let's go ahead and play this.
Malone on your team or Vince Carter?
I'll take Karl Malone.
Okay, so that's one. Charles Barkley or Vince Carter?
I'll take Barkley.
Okay. Elgin Baylor, number 3.
Oh, that's a tough one. It's not really my era. I'm 3 years old when Elgin Baylor's playing. I'll take Elgin Baylor.
I would agree with that. John Stockton, number 4.
I'll take Stockton as well.
Okay. How about Steve Nash, number 5?
I'll take Steve Nash.
Okay. How about Allen Iverson, AI, number 6?
I may put Nash ahead of a few of those guys, by the way.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm just running through the numbers here. How about AI, Allen Iverson?
Yeah, I'll take Iverson too.
Oh, I think I would take Iverson. Okay,
Yeah.
Now you're getting into modern era. This is trickier. James Harden or Vince Carter?
Vince Carter.
I can see that one. Iceman, George Gervin.
Again, tough. Not my era of basketball. I'll take Vince Carter.
How about Patrick Ewing at number 9?
Completely different players there. I don't even know if it's a fair comparison.
Well, how would Craig Mish want to build a basketball team? I would want the center.
Personally. I mean, I know, but there are no centers essentially now in the NBA. It's like they don't even play with them. I'll take Ewing, but it's close. I mean, I'm just going based on history, and Ewing did get his team to a couple finals and close on another couple.
You know, the rest of the names here are guys like Tracy McGrady, Reggie Miller, Dominique Wilkins. Any of those guys ahead of or comparable with Vince Carter in your mind?
Dominique Wilkins is a great comparison. I think that's a fantastic comparison, and I think that's in line with the kind of player that Vince Carter was too.
And I would take Vince Carter over Dominique personally.
Okay, this is from Sports Fantasy Sports Today. Please give them a follow at Fantasy Sports Today. That's on Sports Grid, Sports Grid show. They're excellent with their analysis and stuff like that. So second to none. Please give me your follow and patronage. So let's go ahead and conclude today's show. Let's turn this off. Okay, once again, thanks for joining us for this edition of Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer Show. We had great analysis today with Isaac Ellerman. We always will have him on. Anytime one of our people wants to come on, they are welcome here. We don't deny or any. If you want to come on, talk local sports or national sports, you can come on here on this show. So that's a note. Okay, once again, we will not be live tonight. We are going to record the Sun Belt Conference preview. I'm going to record that tonight. We're not going to come back live here on Sportscaster. So once again, I will have that posted on the YouTube channel. That will be later on this evening. So I will have that later on. You can follow me at this address for the YouTube channel. So just go there and you'll be able to get the access. Also, we'll have it on Twitter as well. So you'll be able to access the video once I get it finished. So we have to do the Sunbelt Conference. We couldn't do it last night. We had some microphone issues and we couldn't hear anything. So we apologize for that, what happened last night. So hopefully it will never happen again in the near future. So like, share, and follow Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer Show on Twitter at Talk Kerry. That's TALKKERRY on Twitter. Also, you can follow me at Sportscaster anytime at sportscaster.com/KLW. Also, you can follow me on Instagram at Sports Talk 2505, Sports Talk 2505. Also, you can follow me on Facebook. Facebook will be back on July 15th. We will have it full time, and we will be back on Facebook to do a broadcast. And we will come to Facebook on July 15th. Hopefully, we will be back on the air there. Now, you can email me anytime of the night. I don't care. It's at email is kerry.wehmeyer. That's WEHMEYER. I know it's a little hard to pronounce my name, but it's once you get it, it's easy. Follow me at that email address as well. You can email me anytime with your question, comments. And also, you can follow me on the Sportscaster, the Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer webpage. That's on Tumblr. We do not have WordPress no more. WordPress, I got rid of it. So that's the new address right there. It's at http://www.tumblr tumblr.com/blog/KLW7825. That's it's easy to remember. If so everything is flashed on the screen. So once again, everybody have a good rest of your Saturday afternoon. Hopefully everybody take advantage of the nice weather that we have out here, and it's absolutely nice outside. So no, it's a little bit hot, but just so that's once again, everybody have a good rest of your Saturday, and we'll be back again tomorrow with Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer Show live here on StreamYard and also YouTube. So we will have YouTube and Sportscaster. So everybody have a good rest of your Saturday afternoon.